Well, good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning. I have ended the tester call, and wow, I was like very flattered and amazed and a little overwhelmed at the response. I was very surprised at how many people wanted to try and test my dragon. So I spent most of my day yesterday like putting some finishing touches on the pattern. Like my daughter Jenna, she is an English major, so I had her proofread and edit so the grammar police doesn't come after me because I missed a comma or whatever. I added more pictures. I added, well, I had the option there, but I didn't have pictures to show, or I hadn't made one. So I made one, and I'm gonna show you that first. I made using Bernat, and this one took me a little while because Bernat really hurts my hands the way it drags on the hooks. And boy, I applaud people who really love using that. And I need to know what kind of hook you're using to be able to do that without it hurting your hands. But I did this one. And he probably stands about this much taller than the Parfait Chunky. But the other option that I added was doing the bobbles. And thanks to Marcia over at Mimi Makes Keepsakes, I now know how to do a surface bobble or a standing bobble. She put out a video after I was talking about all the struggles I was having getting my bobbles to line up on that other dragon pattern. And I went right over and watched it. I was like, when she first made a comment in my comments, I was like, oh, I wish you'd do a video on that. And then boom, she had a video. And I was like, oh, this is great. And it's so easy to do. And I think I did a fairly decent job at lining up those bobbles. So if you are the type of person that prefers the spike on your dragon versus the stripe, then that option is available as well. So this, like I said, I took my time with it. I took plenty of breaks because I didn't want to like put my hands out of commission for a week. So there was that. And believe it or not, I only made one other plushie because I've been trying to finalize things on that pattern. And that other plushie was, I got that black Glitzen, so I wanted to test it, and this was faster than doing the whale, so I did a spider. Don't ask me why I picked yellow. It was like in my scrap bin, and I was like, well, let's just use yellow. But those are the eyes that I ordered in the assorted package so that I could have different size eyes that were the same. And yeah, so, and I even started another one, but I got as far as the legs, and I'm like, my brain is spent. I gotta go to bed. Because after I was doing all these finishing touches on the pattern, I read every single one of you guys' emails that applied to be a tester. Everyone, and there was a lot. So I hand selected a few because of different attributes, like they said they were left-handed. Left-handed people are super underrepresented in these type of crafts. Most like video tutorials are right-handed, and I'm sure there's some left-handed ones out there, but most are right-handed. So I had two people that stated they were left-handed, and I picked those two people. And I will probably butcher names, so please forgive me. I will type it across the screen. But some of these names, it's like, how do you say that? The two lefties are Lee Gaynor and Nikita, and I can't read my own handwriting, but you're the only person named Nikita that put your name in the hat. Then I had some other people that I selected for various reasons. Some of them have helped me out so much with Toby. Some of them have helped me out so much with my journey when I would ask questions. You know, they'd send me emails. They would tell me, like, what kind of yarns, what kind of hooks to use, different things like that. Back when I first started to do the plushies, and they've been around ever since. So I picked Bonnie, Marsha, Darian, Joanna, and Monique. So that was 7. And I already had Heather and Sue. That makes 9. And I said I was looking for 10. But I can't. I'm expanding my group. So what I did is I wrote everybody's name down on a piece of paper. This is the bucket that has people who have tested before. And this is the bucket for people who have not tested before. So I'm going to dump it into my little yarn bowl separate, because I had already stated I want this to be for people who never had the opportunity to test. So I'm going to dump it in my little yarn bowl, and we're going to draw names, because honestly, I just couldn't choose. There were so many amazing emails. I can't choose. So this was the fairest way I could think of to do this. And hopefully by the time I have this video up, you'll already know who you are and have pattern in hand. We shall see at how quickly I can get this done. All right, so these are the I have never tested group. And the first person is Aura, I think is how it's pronounced. Sandor. Don't look at my sloppy handwriting. So that will be never tested before tester number 1. The second person is Rhonda. The third person would be Nicole Bauer. Beverly Rawson. So that's 4. I'm going to do a total of 6 out of this group. Number 5 is Kimberly MD. And the last I've never tested before person is Michelle Graff. Okay, so if you didn't get picked, I'm so sorry. This is hard. This is hard. I feel so bad. Okay, so emptied the bowl. The other people that have tested before, I'm going to pick 4 names out of this bucket. And the first person is Justine. Number 2 is, I can get the paper open. Ooh, A. Parlin. I recognize that name. And number 3 Kathy Friesen. And the last one is Shauna White. That did help take a little bit of the pressure off. And I apologize if you were not picked. This was really hard. There were a lot of wonderful emails. And let me tell you, I read every single one of them. It took me a few hours to do it. Went back through and wrote everybody's name down to do it this way because I couldn't choose. I just couldn't do it. So, you folks, you 10, 11, 12, I don't know, I think it's a total of 20 now, including Sue and Heather. Everybody should be getting their pattern either late Saturday or early Sunday. I will attempt to set up the chat on Instagram if I can do it. And that's something I wanted to mention. In the emails, a lot of people said they have an Instagram account, but they're not active. I guess I worded that incorrectly. When I said active, I just meant one that you could use to be in a chat, not one that you have to sit there and post every single day, 500 times a day. I'm terrible at posting on Instagram. I look a lot. I scan through and I look for free patterns and stuff. And I don't post much. And you guys know I make quite a few plushies. I could take tons and tons of pictures and post, but I don't do it. So I did not mean active like that. I just meant active as in you have an account and you can be put into a chat group so that if we have questions, we can get answered quickly instead of waiting for me to weed through all the emails and find the question and then try and work it out, figure out what the issue might be. And that's all I meant by active Instagram account. Not that you had to be some superhuman Instagram poster type person. That's just gets overwhelming, all the social media, different platforms and stuff. I honestly do not know how people do it. But anywho, this was really short. And I'm sorry I didn't have more plushies to share, but you know, things happen. All right, so let me get on sending out some emails and trying to set up that chat group. So I will see you guys in the next video.